Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Steve's Machine. Today I'm excited because I'm replacing my desktop speakers, which are the Bose Companion something or other. They're very old, and they make a random staticky noise whenever, like, the air's too dry, or they get knocked a little bit, or just totally randomly, and I have to, like, unplug and replug them in, and it makes a super loud staticky noise. So today I have the Audioengine A2 Plus. And I'm excited about these because I actually had an Audioengine set of speakers before this video. However, it was the older model and it didn't have USB-C, and that connector looked like it could get a little bit loose. And so I thought I'd be back on the static train again. Well, these ones have USB-C, and I'll take you through them and let you know if they're a good buy or not. Let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm unboxing the Audioengine 2 Plus Wireless. I got these off Amazon. I put links below. And then I also have the small version of the stands. So Audioengine does make multiple speakers and make sure you get the right ones that fit. And so as we open up the speaker stands, they come in a pack of 2, so 1 for each speaker. And they're made of basically a hard plastic type thing. They're just little simple black things, and you set your speakers on top of here, and that gives sort of like the optimal sound profile. So definitely recommend these. And then we have the speaker. So Audioengine is based in Texas. However, the speakers are still assembled in China. For what it's worth. And we'll go ahead and check this out. And you see here it has a big mark on here, and it says it's been checked by QA. So I like that just because you sometimes have products which are sort of shipped out and maybe they're not ready to go or they're broken. And so they do put the extra effort in, and the company itself has a good reputation. So if you look for reviews online for Audioengine, you're going to see a lot of people like their products. These A2 Plus speakers come in quite a few different colors. So you can get the glossy white ones, the high gloss red ones, and there's like a matte blue and a green pair. I picked the black ones just because they're going to sit at the back of my desk and it will fit well with the rest of my stuff, but they do have different colors available. You can see here the official color name is Satin Black, and they are assembled in China and imported, not totally made in America. And then we have the USB-C outlet right there, which is what I'm really excited about because I like that outlet a lot more than the older one they had. So let's go ahead and open this up. So it comes with the instructions here, but it also comes with a YQA sticker. And so I like this a lot because it tells you why that sticker was on there and that they actually put the time, energy into making sure that everything's working out of the box, and it's definitely a high quality unboxing experience. So it comes with these little bags here, and they're sort of like a cloth bag, high end, and then we have all our cables in there. And so really nice touch, just include all this by default. You can see here we have the USB-C cable, and that's pretty standard. It is thick. It looks about the same thickness as other audio cables. You know, you can really have a variance with those, and this one looks high quality. We have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack here. That's looking good. And we have a power cable, and that's because these have their own power supply integrated in there. And so it won't just run off USB-C. You will have to plug this into a wall, and that's common with any sort of like higher end audio gear just because they do take more energy than that will necessarily provide, or that you'd want to design that way at least, especially with concerns like interference and whatnot. We also have the speaker wire here, and that's to connect the 2 speakers together. So standard audio speaker wire, you'll find these in any sort of system from the lowest end to the highest end, and it just means that we'll get super high fidelity and we'll be powering the second speaker from the first where we plug it in. All right, we also have a second bag here, and the second bag will be the actual power supply. And so this is where we're gonna plug in our power, and we're going to run this end to the speaker, and you can see it's got a little click button here, and so we'll be able to snap it in, and then that will power the speaker itself. And then we have the speakers themselves, and so you can see that these also come in a cloth bag. And so if you ever need to store or transport these, they certainly come in handy, and you can use them for other things if you just keep them on your desk forever like me. And there we go. So we have a speaker. That is looking pretty good. So you can see here, this is the main speaker, which is the left, and we're going to connect our speaker wire to power the right one. And then we have that USB-C input, which I love. And we have the normal RCA jacks here and the integrated volume control. And so this turns it on and off and sets the volume. These feel really good and sturdy. It says online that there's a 13-step process to hand make these wood cabinets, and it definitely feels high quality. The finish is excellent. There's no defects or anything here. It looks super high end. It's got a foam pad in the bottom. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take these stands and put the speaker on just like this. and then it's going to have the right angle, and you're not going to have to worry about it vibrating or anything. It does have the foam pad underneath, so if you don't have these, it's not urgent, but for the optimal experience, I'd recommend it. Let's go ahead and open the other one up. And you can see these are well packed here. So we have 2 boxes, we have bags, we have the foam wrapping, we have everything here. And so hopefully if you get these, they'll arrive in as good condition as mine. And yeah, this is the other speaker. This is the one that doesn't have the controls. So just the basic 2 wires in the back, and then everything is controlled out of that main speaker. And then we set them up, it will be like that. And yeah, these look really nice. And these are sort of the perfect size for the average person's desk. So if you're like me, you have a desk with like a 27-inch monitor or 2, and then these guys just go right there, side to side. Looks great. And so let's go ahead and plug in the power here. There we go. Plug in the USB-C. There we go. And then all we have to do now is get to the right speaker and we should be good to go. When unpacking the wires, you notice one is red and one is black, so make sure to get that right. And then they're also all set up, so we just go ahead and put them in here, and then we're going to clamp them down, and we're going to do it on the other side also. And that's basically all we need to do to be ready. And so you can see what I did here is these are threaded with a texture, so you can just hand tighten these. So we're going to put the wire in, we're going to hand tighten them, and just make sure that obviously if you pull these, like they're not pulling out. They're very firm and secure, and you're good to go. Also on back here, we have the pairing button. So if you're going to pair this with Bluetooth or anything, this is how you do it. But otherwise, that's really all you need to set it up. Is just get this in both speakers, get the power on, get the interface in, and you don't have to use USB-C. You can totally just use the headphone jack or the RCA jacks. And you can also use these to hook up a subwoofer also. Now that the speakers are plugged in, we can click the volume icon here, select Audioengine 2, and I've got the volume up here, but there is a physical volume control, and so I've only got that set to half. And so now we can go ahead and do the sound test. So what I'm going to do now is I have these old Bose, and I'm going to play the song out of here, and then I'll play them with the Audioengines also so we can have a comparison. So these speakers are hi-fi 24-bit, they also do 16-bit, but they also have the aptX HD protocol, which means that if you've used Bluetooth speakers in the past, you may have thought they were tinny or low fidelity, and this protocol is a much higher quality one. So if you run Bluetooth through these, it should sound a lot better than like the Bluetooth speakers of the past. It also says that if you use the stands, it's scientifically proven to enhance the audio experience by 20%. I don't know how to test that, but it sounds pretty good. Audioengine didn't sponsor this video, but I do trust them as a company, and these speakers come with a 3-year warranty. So if you ever had a problem like with my Bose, where they have that staticky sound, you can send them in and they can give you a refurb unit. Or if you're looking for a deal on these, they actually do have open box sales sometimes I've seen too. So check out their website there. Otherwise, you can just get them overnight through Amazon, which I did. So what are my final thoughts on these? Compared to the broken Bose speakers I had, these ones are super high quality. The listening experience absolutely blew me away. I didn't think there'd be that big a difference, but the Bose I liked and they sounded really good. But compared to these, there is no comparison. These are a much higher end product, and it's hard to get this through the YouTube video because you're getting it through my mics and then compression and then YouTube, and then you're listening to it through yours. But in the office here, they sounded fantastic. Super high fidelity. The listening experience felt a lot more like I was there, and I was able to appreciate the sound a lot more, and it really changed the experience for me in ways I didn't think was going to happen. And so I would recommend, if you're looking for speakers and you want to get that next level up from like the entry level desktop, these are a great way to go. I have been looking at checking out the KEF LSX2 speakers, but I don't have a pair yet, and I'm not sure that they're worth the extra money because those are 3 times more expensive for like that next audio tier up. And I feel like at this level right here, this is better than most like home theater sounds I've heard or any sort of high-end stuff. This is right up there with it. There's very few sounds I've heard that are that high quality. And sometimes there's this diminishing returns as you spend more money. It's not necessarily going to be 3 times better. And so I'll have to see if I do a review on that. Let me know below if you think I should. I was going to keep the Bose for my second computer, which is off screen over there. However, after listening to these, I might actually grab a second pair because it was that big a difference where I'm like, I don't probably want to use these again. And so maybe I'll use them in like my basement for a server or something for like a warning sound. But I think the Audio Engine are definitely my go-to speakers at the moment. It was just that big a difference. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below. It really helps the channel. I also put the links below, so if you use those, I get the Amazon commission fee of like, I don't know, 1% or whatever it is. It's something very low, but it does help the channel also. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.